Hey guys, from time to time you can find something interesting in dollar store. So today, for example, I noticed these garden LED lights. So this is 100 lights which are solar powered. Well, obviously it has battery inside as well, and it costs $4. So I picked it up to see if it's something interesting, valuable, and to see how it performs, and maybe it can be used in my other project, or it can be used just as it is, as it intended to use. So let's see what's inside. So over here, actually showing the box just for people to understand that how the box looks like if they want to pick it up themselves, but I'm gonna check the box. I don't really need it. And obviously in dollar store in Canada you cannot return, in Dollarama you cannot return anything. So if this thing is, you know, broken, SOL. So what do we have here? So we have box, which is going to be checked. We have LED lights, whole bunch of LED lights, solar panel on this side, and some sort of controller on the other side. Also we have like a mount of some sort, and as I understand this is garden stake. You can just like stick it in the garden somewhere under your bush or nearby the tree, and hang those LEDs on the tree or on the bush, or place them in the garden. So this look like an outdoorsy thing because the buttons over here look rugged, and I'm not sure how long this LED gonna last, and if they are properly waterproof. What? Oh, this is the last one. I thought this is cut off over here. Hilarious. But yeah, they are actually cut off, just like that. Someone just snipped them, and that's it. Like they probably have this super long string of LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 99, 100. Snip. Next. No. Next. Yeah, it's probably done like that. Anyways, so we have 100 LEDs, and the unit which has solar battery and probably battery inside. So in order to see what's inside, obviously we need to open it up, but first let's see if it works. There is a power button and mode button. Okay, let's power it up. Oh wow, it's super stiff. Oh, I see. It kind of works, but you have to cover the solar battery, solar cell, I mean to say. Yeah, obviously this is how it works. And what is mode? So I'm gonna put my finger over the mode thing. Okay, it has two modes. One mode is blinking. It's like what, a second, 1 hertz. And another mode is just constant light. It's not bad. So you know what's funny? This thing is comes pre-charged. So it's kind of interesting that this thing comes pre-charged, and some of the power sticks that I reviewed earlier, they completely discharge. So it's interesting. All right, so this we're probably gonna look at. So let's look what's inside. There are 4 screws over here, which are very loosely screwed in. So I'm kind of curious about the waterproofness of this thing, if it's going to be ever waterproof, because I had another LED lights disassembled and was really snug and tightly screwed in, secured. Okay, all right, very simple as usual, as what we can. So anyways, here there are some rubber buttons, obviously for, you know, in attempt to do some waterproofness, but I'm not sure if this is gonna work. All right, so what do we have here? We have nickel metal hydride battery, but actually it's on the boxes. I think it says NiCad. I don't remember where I saw it. Anyways, okay. Has the battery 600 milliamp 1.2 volts. It's not actually the first time I see something like 600, because some of the other LEDs I opened, it was like 200 or even 100 milliamp hours. It's hilarious. So over here we have a bunch of resistors and capacitor, and there is some kind of chip over here. Interesting. Also down here we have 2 leads which are connected to solar cell. One negative probably connected directly to the battery, so they share common lead, and the other one obviously connected through this little PCB to this chip which controls the circuit. So first of all, it has to control switch on and off the battery when this solar cell has not enough light. Also, it has those modes which will switch LED string on and off as well, or just have the constant light. This is super basic stuff, like one is actually like a press on and off switch, another one is just a button. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Okay, yeah. So it's not even anything special. Like it's not like a toggle button. It's just press on and off button. So they have two fixed positions. Interesting. So let's see on how this thing operates. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. So over here we have the dedicated chip which actually does the charge control. So it is YX861A. It operates in this in voltages, and I managed to find a data sheet for this chip. Obviously it's Chinese made. I'm just curious to see it in a deep format, not just like blob of some sort. But it's interesting, but it's probably very easy to manufacture this stuff anyways. We have also two resistors, a capacitor, and what I thought it is resistor, but it's actually inductor here. So this switch over here is actually changes the mode, and the mode timing is actually set by those two resistors. Those are 47 kilo ohm resistor, yellow, purple, and orange. This inductor is depending on this inductor, you're gonna have different current supply to LEDs. So it's in this case it's 33 microhenry. Capacitor just for the it's in between ground and 8 pin, which is VDD for this chip. So this setup is pretty simple. So what I would like to know, first of all, what's the current those LED consume. Also, what's the voltage on this solar cell? Obviously, the voltage I can measure only from these lights, the studio lights or whatever that I actually using to shoot the video, but still curious because I also measure lights, the voltage from other solar cell, and I'm curious to compare them. So okay, so I connected my multimeter to the solar cell, and I also pulled out this battery, not to let this thing start charging it. So when I put it like this towards the light, it's actually producing 1.8 volts, like 1.85, something like that. So I'm curious to see what's the short circuit current would be on this one. And I'm gonna switch it to milliamps. It's 0.6 milliamp. Well, that's really low. Okay. So let me see what would be the... obviously, in order to actually see the full potential of this cell, I would have to use it during the bright light, like sunlight outside, because this is like, minuscule amount of current gonna be, for this, in order to actually charge the battery and actually light those lights. But let's see what's the current coming out of the battery when we are powering this thing on. In order to test current coming out from battery, I have my contraption like this. I made it just for this kind of situation. So I'm gonna put the battery right in here, and let's switch to milliamps and see. Yep, 35 milliamps. That's exactly what was in the documentation. So 35 milliamps of all those 100 LEDs. So it's kind of interesting. the current, it's pretty small. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's the voltage on LEDs. Well, probably gonna be just 1.2 volt, but oops. Then you this. Yeah, so 1.2 volt on LEDs. So yeah, those LEDs actually pretty super tiny, but they still produce some light at this kind of. It's 0.3 milliamp on per LED at 1.2 volts. It's actually hilarious how low current these things are, and they still produce light. I'm curious what's the maximum capacity, like what's the maximum current they can withstand, because for example, what if I put 2 of these here and like double the voltage, and maybe replace the inductor to have a little bit higher current running through these things. But obviously the solar cell may not be able to, for example, charge this battery, you know, won't be able to keep up, won't be light whole night or something like that. So maybe this is just enough. So I would like to test it in the garden to see how they look like. But now at least I understand that if this battery is completely charged, so this thing at 35 milliamp would last quite a long time. Actually, it would definitely will be enough to get it through the night, and when, you know, it will be new day, it's going to be charged enough. So this is it's pretty cool. So ideally it would probably last, you know, between 10 and 15 hours or something like that, because I'm actually not sure that at this super small current, this solar cell will be able to completely charge these batteries. So in conclusion, these lights are okay. I like how simple is they made. It's pretty simple and efficient controller, I think. Probably gonna last quite a while overnight. Also, I looked into eBay and found similar sets for $8 and $8 American dollars, and these ones are 4 Canadian. So this is pretty much half price, or even wasn't that. And you can just go and buy those in store, not wait like 2 months before you may or may not even get it. So this is quite an advantage. I'm probably gonna buy a few more just to play around or put on some trees or bushes or around my garden. I think it will be nice, looking nice at night. It would be nice actually to get different colors. I know if they exist in different colors. I saw only warm whites, and that's nice white actually. I like warm white. So this is clearly recommended. If you're planning to go to dollar store, yeah, please pick up, and they may be useful around your backyard, and you can do some nice decoration with those. It'll be actually, maybe it'll be nice even for Christmas. Hey, why not? If they're outdoors, they can just work for Christmas too. So yeah, gonna wrap up, and thank you guys for watching. See you next time.